Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July.
In a shock move on May 23 RD, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced the general election date under the deluge of rain and activists blasting out the new Labour anthem over a loudspeaker. With the Labour Party enjoying large leads in the polls and a well-oiled campaign ready to roll, this timing left many scratching their heads.
We were all taken completely by surprise when the election was called early. The general consensus was the election was going to be in the autumn, either before the American elections or after the American elections. And when it was called early, it took everyone, including, I believe, his own cabinet, by surprise, let alone the whole country.
With this decision, Sunak, who is determined to win a 5th term for the Conservatives, made many enemies even within his own party. One Tory MP shared their bewilderment, saying, "I just don't understand it. The economy is improving. Why not give that more time to bed in?" The general elections were widely expected to be held in October-November, giving the Conservative Party more time to close the gap with Labour. Leading in national opinion polls and already to launch a full campaign, the Labour Party kickstarted their campaign from that moment on, while laying blame for UK's problems at the feet of the Tories. Sir Keir Starmer, Labour's leader, said, and I quote, "Give the Tories 5 more years and things will only get worse. Britain deserves better than that. It's time for change away from Tory chaos." So why did Sunak announce elections early despite having time till January 2025? Did he go rogue and didn't listen to his party's advice? Or is this part of a well-thought-out strategy? While there is no clear answer to this question, there are multiple reasons that put together help understand Sunak's mindset. Firstly, it's pure economics. Under Sunak, UK's inflation dropped down to 3-year low. Without wasting time, Sunak linked the election to the positive economic indicators, hoping to campaign on economic recovery.
So there's been a huge amount of disappointment, and taxes continually going up. Corporation tax, which was at 19%, was put up to 25%. And when I was the first ethnic minority president of the Confederation of British Industry, the CBI, the equivalent of the CII in India, and Rishi Sunak was Chancellor, I kept saying to him, don't put up taxes. Unfortunately, he didn't listen and just kept putting up taxes to the highest level in 70 years, including putting up corporation tax from 19% to 25%. I think these are hugely damaging moves.
Another reason could be the threat posed to the Tories by Nigel Farage and his far-right Reform Party. The party has already made some serious inroads into the Tory vote bank in recent years, and analysts believe a later election date would have helped Farage further. Lastly, via early election, Sunak also sought to pause internal conflict within the party and plug the steady flow of defections witnessed in recent months. So, did Sunak's gamble pay off? British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak could become the country's first sitting Prime Minister to lose their seat at a general election, according to the findings of a shock new poll. The main opposition left-of-center Labour Party is on course to win a whopping 516 seats at the July 4th election, according to analysis published Wednesday by market research company Savanta, which was conducted in partnership with Electoral Calculus and The Telegraph. If correct, the upcoming vote would deliver Labour a supermajority of 382, comfortably more than former Prime Minister Tony Blair's historic 1997 victory. The forecast says the ruling centre-right Conservative Party is on track to win just 53 seats, down from 365 in the 2019 election, with the centrist Liberal Democrats expected to run the Tories close in becoming the official opposition party in the next parliament. The poll showed that the left-leaning Scottish National Party is set to win 8 seats, while Wales' pro-independence political party Plaid Cymru is expected to win 4. Britain's right-wing Reform UK and the environmentalist Greens are seen failing to pick up any seats. Of the 632 seats being contested in 2 weeks' time, Savanta said that 175 seats were currently too close to call. These include a raft of senior Conservative seats, including Sunak's seat in Richmond and Northallerton in North Yorkshire, Interior Minister James Cleverly's seat in Braintree in Essex, and Finance Minister Jeremy Hunt's seat in Godalming and Ash in Surrey. One of the biggest thorns in Sunak's campaign is his approach to taxes and public spending. Under Sunak, the UK government pushed through tax hikes and budget cuts aimed at balancing the books. However, these policies hit middle and lower-income families the hardest. Many people felt the pinch, with critics arguing that these measures were too harsh during already tough economic times. Another issue in line is Sunak's handling of soaring energy prices. Despite announcing support packages to help with energy bills, many households found the assistance insufficient as they faced eye-watering increases in their bills. Critics said Sunak's government failed to tackle the root cause of the crisis or offer long-term solutions. Sunak's tenure also saw ongoing issues with the national health system and other public services. The health service has been under immense pressure, with long waiting times and staff shortages. Sunak's measures to address these problems were seen as too little, too late. The public's dissatisfaction with the handling of the NHS could play a significant role in how they vote. Lastly, and more importantly, Sunak's stance on immigration and asylum has been a polarizing issue. The controversial Rwanda asylum plan and stricter immigration controls have been divisive. Many voters see these policies as too harsh, while others argue they don't go far enough to control the borders. This issue continues to split public opinion. The United Kingdom has seen 3 prime ministers in the last 5 years. Rishi Sunak became PM in 2022, after the exit of Liz Truss. Boris, who took office in July 2019, had to in July 2022 after a series of controversies and internal party conflicts. After Johnson, Liz Truss became the Prime Minister for 45 days, the shortest in UK's history. While she aimed to boost the economy, her radical tax cuts led to financial chaos. These rapid changes at the top reflect deep divisions within the Conservative Party and broader challenges facing the UK. The frequent changes have left many wondering about the stability of the Conservative Party in the UK. As the UK gears up for its first July election since 1945, all eyes are on the unfolding drama. Will Sunak's gamble pay off, or will the early polls' gambit backfire on Sunak? We'll wait and watch.